what they want to do, man. This is whack.
See, bitches get threatened when they can't handle the truth. They want to start swinging.
Listen, wait, hold on. Let them clear that out because I promise you.
Walk straight to
listen, I promise you, when one of these girls grab you, I'm gonna go crazy.
Let's go get some drinks.
When Lil Means finally lost it on his father, it was evident how hurt he was. In a single explosive moment, years of unresolved rage, unsolved questions, and unfulfilled promises all came spilling out. Despite his best attempts to maintain his composure, it was clear that he was unprepared for what his son had to say. Yandy, meanwhile, was torn between the two men she loved and was unable to control her emotions. Why is this happening? How did a straightforward discussion degenerate into a heated argument? Why do so many people think about little men? D was perfectly justified in criticizing his father. To find out what caused it, let's take a look at everything and start over.
Let down my whole life. Right? I had expectations, and everyone I had expectations let me down. And I didn't want this relationship ruined.
Did you tell her that?
I told her
tell her that, but did you really mean that?
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't mean it. I wanted to see if she take the exit.
Right.
Like if he giving me a like
If he give
sometimes
it out, I'm gonna take it.
sometimes you give someone an out and see.
The bond between Mies and his son had been developing for years. It wasn't an abrupt one, because Messi spent years in prison. Messi didn't have a strong father figure when he was growing up. Let's face it, a father's presence to mentor you through life will never be completely replaced by phone conversations or in-person visits. When Mies was in prison, Yandy took over, raising L and DC's, taking care of him, and making sure he felt loved. But that love couldn't make the anguish of knowing. As he grew older, those sentiments of abandonment did not just disappear. After DCS was released, efforts were made to restore the father-son relationship. But let's face it, the trust was never the same. Every time they appeared to be moving forward, something would set them back, perhaps because of a disagreement or something else. It was more than just missing holidays and birthdays since his biological father was not around. Deeper emotions quickly emerged, while initially it was only a dispute over responsibility or respect. As the father reprimanded Lil Meh for being disrespectful, Mendeecees was attempting to make his point. However, Lil Meh wasn't merely retorting. He was expressing years of annoyance. The distance between them never fully closed after years of accumulation, so something had to give at last. During a car ride, everything came to light. Lyles didn't like to hear that, but it was the truth, not only about the past, but also about his continued belief that his father hadn't truly made amends. You weren't there for me, and he'd been holding this inside for a while. The automobile quickly became more tense, the shouts grew louder, tempers rose, and before anyone knew it, violence had broken out. This was no longer merely a dispute. Years of suffering were being released in the most excruciating manner imaginable. After Yandy stepped in, everyone was shocked by what she did.
It's too grown to be acting so young and dumb. Maybe if you had this same energy for your own marriage, your husband would not be thinking about divorce every day. Because I mean, the blogs are saying that he has a mistress and the girls are talking.
At this point, things start to get quite terrible. Yandy has worked for years to keep this family together. She has supported L and DC's through everything and been there for them when his father could not be. She broke down completely, though, when she was forced to choose between her husband and the boy she had reared. She didn't mean to pick sides, but Yandy had to make a choice when things got physical because her emotions were already out of control. Unexpectedly, she picked Mies and told him to come out. He definitely didn't think Yandy would leave him at such a hot moment, after all the years she had spent rearing him. Lil Means presumably saw as the ultimate betrayal. while Yandy likely saw it as an attempt to defuse the situation. His father's failure to provide for him in the manner he needed was already causing him anguish. And now the one person he thought would always be there for him advised him to go. Believe me, there was a lot of discussion about this on the internet, including, "You can be certain that small mishaps will be published online when family strife reaches this level." Without any delay, Lil Mendeecees took to social media to share his feelings. Let's just say that he didn't hold back when he went live. He blasted his father, claiming that he just acts concerned when the cameras are rolling and that their relationship repair chat is a whole other matter behind closed doors. However, he continued. Additionally, he berated Yandy, claiming that she was more focused on keeping up appearances than on actually standing with him. There is no denying that the scenario became far more chaotic than anyone had imagined. And just when we thought it could get any more bizarre, a significant figure entered the fray. Fans were split on this issue. Some believed Yandy did what she had to do to maintain harmony, but others sympathized with Lil Mendeecees when he claimed he had every right to be upset after everything he had been through.
Rumors and stuff that what people saying is not true. This is what I've been saying the whole time. I don't know that.
Things went out of control after Lil Mendeecees' diatribe on social media, so he made the decision to speak up. In an attempt to clear the air, he sat down for an interview and stated that, although it wasn't always easy, he had always wanted to be there for his son. He spoke about his incarceration, stating that while it has been challenging, he has been making every effort to reestablish that connection. He then spoke the well-known quote, accusing others of exacerbating the situation. Although he didn't name anyone by name, many took it as a jab at Lil Mendeecees' mother and Yandy's social media accounts. Fans, however, weren't buying it, as the comment area was filled with people wondering where he was when his son needed him and criticizing him. Others noted that although incarceration took him away, what about all the times Lil Mendeecees felt ignored, even in the presence of his father? His statements seemed more like excuses than culpability. N's attempt to defend himself seemed to have just made things worse, and the drama wasn't over yet since Erica intervened, which is when things became even more crazy. The previous partner of Erica Mendeecees decided she would not only watch him. Let's just say she didn't hold back when she decided to play the victim by disclosing her own receipts. She went straight to social media and basically stated, "I've been telling y'all about him for years." According to Erica, Lil Mendeecees has always been a terrible father to all of his kids. So it's not just about him. He's brilliant at acting for the cameras, she added, but behind the scenes, she has a different story. Fans began questioning whether Mendeecees was ever really the nice person in this case, or if he had been making everything up to look good. She even revealed screenshots and old chats that show she had been criticizing his parenting for a long time. One commenter said that Lil Mendeecees has every right to feel the way he does. You can't just return after years of absence and expect things to be all right. The internet was completely split at this moment. While some continued to hold the view that Mendeecees was attempting to act morally but was hampered by his history, others saw this as further proof that he had never truly supported his children as they needed him. Yandy ought to have handled that better because the child has already experienced enough. It must have hurt that she pushed him away rather than making him feel heard.
You, by the way.
Me?
Oh, yeah, you. Whoa. She mentioned you sitting at her bar. So, it's like,
I think Kurt was going down like the Titanic, slowly. He hit that iceberg. He looked to the left and he was like, boy, ain't got nothing to do with that.
I didn't know who she was until somebody had to say, that's Kurt, baby mother. I never went back. We never had two words.
Can I ask you one question? Where the hell is your ring at?
I lost it.
Lil Mendeecees clearly feels missiled and ignored. And after expressing his annoyance in public, it might be harder to rectify than before. Yandy, who backed Mies, what about him? After all that has been said and done, can this family ever be able to go on? But is she changing her mind under pressure? Fans are already debating if she should have taken a different approach. Does she really believe that Lil Mendeecees was in the room? Or was she just trying to keep things peaceful? Erica's astounding claims that will change the way people think about men are untrue. If Mendeecees had every right to snap, what do you believe went wrong with it? And did Yandy make the right choice? According to some admirers, this circumstance has just reaffirmed their long-held suspicion that he is more focused on upholding his reputation than genuinely making apologies with his kids. Kindly share your thoughts in a comment, and don't forget to subscribe.